So, before I forget, you guys need to make sure and go check out Focus 200M's channel. That dude is pretty cool. I talk to him often. He's a fellow Mustang owner, and he actually just picked up a 2017 blue manual EcoBoost, and it's pretty cool. He's got some pretty nice vids up, so you guys make sure and go and show him some love. See you guys. Hey guys, welcome back to Muscle and Luxury. We're here today for yet another video. Now, usually on our channel, we talk a lot about stuff we love in cars, stuff we enjoy about cars, stuff we find overall fascinating, fun, and yet interesting within a vehicle. So today, let's switch it up a little bit, let's mix it up. I'm gonna bring you guys 5 things that I absolutely hate about my V6 Mustang. Number 1, it's a V6. And I get so much shit for it being a V6. I know, I hear it all the time. I should have bought the V8. You should have saved your money and bought an older generation Cobra. You could have got a V8. You could have done this. You could have done that. No, I couldn't have, because insurance for me would be killer. See, I pay for my insurance and my car notes and all that, like my bills, and I don't see. It'd be a lot. I'd have to pay quite a bit, okay? I just could not afford it at my given time. I know, hopefully in the future, I'm going to be getting a GT. I'm really hoping it'll be in the year or the next year. But we'll see. And when we do, of course, there'll be some huge unveiling and some cinematic video coming forward and whatnot. But it should be fun. But as for number 1, I hate that it's a V6. Number 2, when I'm driving at night, now this car has the HIDs with the halogens on it. And the thing I don't like about it is when I'm driving at night, I guess people assume it's too... Sorry about that. My camera fell off my mount. Anyhow, as I was saying, the people at night, I guess they assume that my brights are on because of how bright my lights are. And that's not the case at all. I'm just riding around normally without my brights on, and I'll get brighted. I'll get, they'll flash me, they'll flip me off, they'll yell at me, they'll honk at me, and it's ridiculous because I'm not riding with my brights on. And it's funny because every now and then it annoys the heck out of me, to the point to where if they bright me, I'll bright them back. And then immediately they turn their brights off, and it's the funniest thing ever because it clicks in their head. It's like, oh, he didn't have his brights on, and I just brightened them for no reason. I deserve that. So yeah, there's that. As for number 3, the next thing I hate is in the middle between my 2 gauges, there is a digital gauge for how many miles you have till you're completely empty on gas. See, that's cool and all, but I think instead of that, they should have added the digital miles per hour gauge in the middle rather than the total miles to E. That would have been so much cooler, and it would have helped out somewhat better because, I mean, true, we all know how to read a speed gauge and we all know how to read a gas gauge, but what's more important, knowing how fast you're going or how much gas you got? In my opinion, I always check how much gas I have. I'll always be looking down and stuff. As for speed, sometimes I don't really pay attention, and I feel like if it was just in big bold numbers in the middle like most vehicles have nowadays, it would help me control it a little bit better. But who knows, right? Maybe they did that to avoid copying Chevy, but that's what the Camaro does. But I don't really see that being the reason because so many vehicles nowadays have that in the middle. But who knows? That's just another thing that I dislike. As for the 4th thing, when it comes to the lighting in the car at night, which is the ambient, because I have the premium package, I have the ambient lighting, which is on the floorboards and my cup holders and all that, and my gauges light up. It's cool that I can change the colors between my gauges and my ambient lighting, but what's annoying is that my middle console, where my stereo is and all that, my media center, I can't change the color on that at all. And it offsets everything because I'll have a red and then there'll still be a blue here. I'll have a green and there'll still be a blue here. So most of the time I catch myself just riding around with blue or that ice blue so it can better correlate with the blue on my media center. And that's just, this just kind of nicks at you, and it's just annoying, excuse me. So that being said, let's get down to the 5th and final thing that I dislike about my Mustang. Fifth thing, it is a automatic. I wish it was a standard, and I know. Why would you want it to be a standard? We saw your video in the last one. You trying to learn standard, Osmar. You didn't do too good. Yeah, I know I didn't. But I also take part in that because I don't own a standard to practice with, and I figured that's the reason I'm not good at it. Sure, I have friends and all, but I can't just be taking my friends' cars 24/7 trying to learn how to drive standard, even though it shouldn't take me that long. But hopefully, my next vehicle will be a standard and a V8. And I'll be able to practice with it, learn with it, do all that stuff. That, or I might just go with automatic for the paddle shifters, because paddle shifters are pretty freaking dope. They really are. I love paddle shifters. So that concludes this video. Do I hate my vehicle? No, I love this vehicle, otherwise I wouldn't have bought it. I fell in love with it the moment I saw it at the lot, and I knew immediately that it was what I wanted. And I have had so much fun in this car. We've had our ups and downs, but in the end, I paid for it. I enjoy it, I love it, and there's so many things coming for this car. So, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. We like hearing you guys' feedback. If you want to ride with us, we do a lot of ride-alongs, especially if you're living close to us. We'll get together some weekend and drive around. We have a car show coming up, or a car meet, and I'm going to be vlogging the thing when it happens. It'll be on my birthday, too, so it should be cool and all. Quentin will be there, and we'll catch you guys on the next time. See you soon.